Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spaceballs, the podcast. I'm Marf the dog, half man, half dog, and this is Dark Helmet. What do you say, Dark?
These are not the droids you're looking for. Which, by the way, I'm basically like blessing people.
We'll be combing the desert.
Trace says, "Hello, peeps."
Hello there.
What's up, Trace? I gotta tell you, I like. We went to Tito's tonight. That's a story. We'll get there. And I was talking about the podcast, and the first thing I talked about was the haters, the master haters, people like Tracy and Ann and Todd and David and Risa and Michelle. The
Little
people
Tommy
that come. There's so many. I can't even keep them fucking straight. But like these are, I gotta really sit down and write down all your names. I'm like, I know them because these people are like our closest friends.
On the daily.
Become like our favorite people on the planet.
Says, "Hey there."
But I forget to
Hi there.
But like in the moment, my
absolutely.
Guys, I don't even know my name. Oh my god, I fucking was going through my hey Danielle, what's up? Did you find a mattress?
Well, we hope you found the deal.
Did you find a stripper named Mattress? No bueno.
At Ding Dong.
We are going to talk about strippers today too.
Oh, excellent.
We haven't talked about strippers in at least
3 episodes.
3?
I don't know.
That would seem like a pretty long stretch for us. Anyway, welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy.
I'm Douglas. I'm not.
We are married.
Barf the Mog.
Barf the Mog. You mean
half
barf
man,
the
half,
dog?
Half man, half dog.
So in any case, we are married. We do not hate each other usually.
Most days.
Jesus fuck. Sorry.
Jesus fuck. We're not. We're doing a podcast.
I'm pretty sure that's like 2 swears in one, right? Like you're not supposed to take.
You're not supposed to say either of those
and you're not
things,
supposed to fuck. Oh, there you go. That's why I don't get invited to my own daughter's wedding. I'm not having a hard time with that at all. I just found out like an hour ago. We'll talk about it.
Daniel says he has no sound for some reason, but Red Riding Hood. Yes. What we
Donna says. Okay.
Hello, Daniel.
So Daniel, do you need to click? Is there like a little speaker icon in your window? Because I'm getting sound. I don't know if anybody else is getting sound.
Well, Daniel's usually watches things on his computer with no sound, so in his room, so he's
alone.
Discreet. Yeah,
in the dark
alone
with some lotion.
Well,
I hope he does. I actually told you to masturbate today.
You told me to go get a hand job from a midget stripper.
I did. I also.
You were going to drive me.
I even suggested something even more horrifying than that.
I forget what it was, but I don't want to know.
I made a list of things for you to do today that were healthier choices than the path that we're currently taking. And one of those might have been, I don't care if you jerk off to kitty porn.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So there's something very wrong with me. Obviously, I don't approve that. I just have a very fucking sick sense of humor, and I don't know how to be appropriate. Ever.
It really doesn't. What we do is we go to the extremes. We rock the extremes like a vandal.
What I'll say is that Daniel, let us know what the deal is with your sound, because we want to know. I want to start off with Donna Shea,
rockstar,
one of the best friends you could ever have in the fucking world. Just an amazing person. I love her more than she loves me. You and Dave, you're connected now. I absolutely love this woman, and she is. We always joke about Donna being crazy or being loud or ridiculous.
She's the first
and I'm telling you, and by the way, those things are all true. Like in a way that I could not. I have a tendency to tell a story that could be like quite descriptive. I'd like to think.
Yeah.
People remember my stories.
Yeah.
No matter how much I tell you about Donna, it cannot do Donna justice. And as nuts as she fucking is, she's that kind. She that really thoughtful.
She's probably just one of the kindest people.
She's just a great person. And I mean, honestly, like I would be a lesbian with her when we go to prison together, because it's bound to happen. Well,
you think, but that's more for protection than.
But the problem with Donna is, I don't think she's like gonna build me something. She does have a Jeep though, so that's one out of my lesbian requirements.
True.
Donna, do you have money that I don't know about? Perhaps we could be lesbians.
And kind of on the heels of that, I had this the other day. I wanted to share this diagram. I'm sure you've all seen this on the internet. How a normal person tells a story, and I think this is how Stacy tells a story. Pre-story prologue context, too many details, semi-related side story. Wait, back to the main story. That's actually this podcast.
Herein lies
It's
the
not
point.
just you. It's
what y'all don't realize, though, right?
Hmm.
That's like every great storyteller.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
if I was like some kid whose parents died and his aunts and uncle are assholes, goes to boarding school. A bad guy wants to get him, but he gets away. Like that would not be a very good story.
And that's how comedians do
like,
it. They have 1 10-minute story that they intersperse with a bunch of other stories.
That's why I'm going to be
to make the whole
awesome comedian, and then my kids could actually make money by hating me. They can sell stories to the Inquirer. Yeah, that is how I tell a story, and for that very reason, I'm a riveting motherfucker. Daniel says I have no sound for some reason, but Red Riding Hood. We ignored the Red Riding Hood part.
Well, yeah, because we'd already kind of addressed
Riding Hood, Mister. It's Black History Month. Black Riding Hood.
Happy Black History Month.
I dropped by and saw my favorite.
Who is everybody, by the way, should be.
What?
I said to all those who celebrate, but everybody should be celebrating that.
I think no one should celebrate Black History Month because it should be that Black history should be inclusive to our daily lives. I think it's becoming more so, and I think in a way that's like not helpful. I think that we need to have honest conversations. And to that end, I went to the bank today, deposited a check. Little known fact, we live in the 2020, what century we live in? Wait, hang on.
I believe it's 21st.
What?
I believe it's the 21st century.
Are we at 21st? We're still in the 21st. When does it end?
At the next century. When the 1 turns to a 2 at midnight, and Dick Clark says, "Whoa!"
Okay, at 2100. That's what it is.
I don't think I'm gonna make it, guys. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I didn't know if they counted it from AC, BC, ACTC. I don't know. But the point is that in this century, we've come up with technological advances that make it so that you don't have to go to the bank with the deposits. I can't. I'm too cold, but I look ridiculous. There's water on my. There's so much to talk to you guys about. You don't even know. Any case, I went to the bank and to deposit these 2 checks, and I didn't have anything with me. I didn't have account numbers. I didn't have the debit card that they sent me with the account that I have actually never used. There's tens of well, not tens of thousands.
But she's white, so it's okay.
It's not okay because I'm white, and that's where I'm getting with the story is because I was on my way there and I thought about going to the bank to deposit.
You're going to see our friend Ken.
I was going to see my friend Ken, and the last time I went to Ken Jenkins, if you're looking for a banker or an investor,
he'll take care of you.
He's just gotten into the investing side. He's got all his licensure, but he's just a good guy, like super down to earth, genuine. You would really like him, and he's kind of hot. But he's married. He's married to a hot ass doctor. She's a hot ass.
She's a doctor?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell is Ken working for then?
Listen, Ken is not stupid.
Ken wants to hang around and be naked on his couch and scare the neighbor kids.
I'm a doctor, son. Oh my, he's gonna fucking kill me. By the way, I just before this podcast, I actually went on to
Tinder.
I did not go on to Tinder. I can't believe just before the podcast, I went on to Twitter X.
Yeah.
X Twitter, whatever.
Shout out to Ken.
Gave a shout out to this chick at the counter whose name is escaped. Brittany.
Bitch.
I don't know what her name was. I forget her name, but I sat down in the Wells Fargo and I tweeted it. And she's like, Kevin's gonna call you later about that one. She's like, I know who you are. You talked about you wrote to Wells Fargo and talked about how great Ken was. Yeah, Ken was fucking awesome.
Ken's the man.
And so so she's like, well, Kevin's gonna call you if you tweet it. And I'm like, please tell Kevin not to call me. So because Kevin's like the boring white guy at the office, and I'm sure he's lovely, right? But like, if I want to talk to a boring old white man, I'm gonna talk to him. I like talking to the kids at the Wells Fargo. I find them to be very friendly and like full of life. And I like to talk to Ken because he and I have a lot in common. Which, if you're looking at this right now where I have dreadlocks and you're one of those cultural appropriation people, no, we have similar backgrounds. We talked to him for what, like an hour and a half?
Ken?
There? Yeah.
Ken is a personable dude,
super nice
who
guy.
Appreciated our brand of nonsense.
Yeah. So, although I don't know, maybe not.
I don't know if he appreciated your nonsense today.
But he was no. I barely popped in. So when you compliment an employee, they want to know like what they're doing. They want to
Yeah.
repeat it. So they call you. So they called me last time, but I don't want to talk to boring old Kevin. So I gave the tweet today. Then Wells Fargo messages me back. They're like, what branch are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. The one Ken Jenkins works at. Please don't have Kevin call me again. I don't need to talk to him. Thank you. And so,
but you brought
Kevin.
We got to tell him about the gift.
So I stopped in and I was going to deposit these checks. And of course I was going to say hi, but on my way there, I drove by a 7-Eleven. And last time I went in for something, I asked Ken, because he'd spent so much time with us and I fucked up and I had to go back and sign another form and whatever. So I stopped on the way there and at the 7-Eleven and I had gone and I said, do you need anything? I'm on my way. Can I pick you up a coffee or anything? And he's like, I would love a Gatorade. So the 7-Eleven on my way there, I picked him up a Gatorade. So today I see that I'm at the light with that 7-Eleven and it's
so like, I gotta go.
I'm gonna grab Ken some Gatorade. And so on my way there, I'm thinking to myself, now Ken might be picking his kids up from soccer.
You never know if he's gonna be there.
He could be in an important meeting. He could be with a client. He could be in his office checking on his fantasy football.
That's right.
Get fantasy football.
I don't get it either. But
like if you're gonna fantasize,
but football's over, so you can fantasize about midget hand jobs.
Fantasize about having a wife like this.
Yeah. I bet they do.
I don't think that they do. I'm like 99% sure that no one
I'm
does.
sure a lot of people do.
I think we lost our Instagram feed again.
It's all blurry. It's like a photo of Bigfoot. It's all blurry.
So anyway, I go up to Ken's window and he has like a window, right? So you can see, and they have like a little fishbowl.
Fishbowl.
I don't think that I think that's not specific to like the bank being like racist or anything. I think it's because they put all their employees in fishbowls. Because, to a corporation, you are a necessary evil. They don't give a fuck about you. And HR is not your friend. HR is not your friend. In any case, so Ken's with a client. So does this look cuckoo?
It's fine.
I think it looks cuckoo. Ken's with a client and pokes his head out, and it was like a bag, and he didn't know what it was. And I'm like going like this, reparations. But he can't understand that I'm saying reparations.
So he's all like excited.
I don't know if he can read lips, but if he can, reparations would be one that you're not like.
He's like, she can't be saying reparations.
So he comes out and I go, and he gives me a big hug, and which I felt bad because I'm sure I smelled, but so he gives me a hug and he's like, what's this for? And I go, reparations. And I go, what? I go, it's not, it's 40 acres and a mule, but it's pretty close. So he laughed.
It's amazing.
He goes, I'll talk to you after. I'm like, yeah. But I didn't get to talk to him. I actually sat down to write my thing, went to check and see if he was done with his client, and I don't know where he was. He was in a tree, maybe.
Yeah, maybe he had to go to the bathroom because he downed that Gatorade and went right through him.
It's possible. But Gatorade is loaded with electrolytes, so it's not going to make you piss yourself like water. Water makes you pee a lot if you don't have the proper amount of electrolytes.
There must be electrolytes in coconut water.
There is electrolytes in coconut water, but you still need the salt. You still need the magnesium. All right, let's get to these comments.
Yes.
There's a lot. I was going to pull us back on. There's so many comments. So Donna says, not. Nope. Something. I will love you more and I will sit on you. Donna says, and this is Tracy says, and this is why I love you. Tracy, this is why I love you. Like, honestly, like I can't. Like, I have the people you think are supposed to be there for you are never there. And the people that like the lesbian and her imaginary wife that used to work with your husband who have now moved to Georgia will be one of your closest friends. Or like
go figure.
This crazy woman that you know because you have the same disease as her husband.
I believe you mean Cut and Run, Georgia. Is that the name of the town?
I don't know where they live. But this is terrible. I don't know what's happening.
Just leave it.
But you guys are just, you're just fucking awesome. And I just love you. And I'm really gonna focus on the people that I love and appreciate. I'm gonna fucking smother you guys so hard. And everyone
shower the people you would love.
Everyone else can eat a big dick. Ooh. And I hear
that is double punishment for any lesbian that you make do that.
Well, that's true, but I think that maybe having sex with a big dick is a good way to celebrate Black History Month.
You can't say that stuff.
I can. I mean, I'm not going to do it.
Well, that's because you have a friend who's black. You hate black people. A person at our wedding. We can't be racist.
We could be. Some of the most racist people
ridiculous
we
is
know
that?
are people of color. It's actually the most racist people that we know are people of color. Would you like me to name names?
I know a certain Portuguese guy who doesn't like Irish people.
His daughter, mostly Irish. Well, other than the
Half
Portuguese, half Portuguese, and then the.
Well,
Irish.
you do have the sub-Saharan. Is that why you're adopting this whole thing? This fast and loose with the Black History Month? Because
No,
you're sub-Saharan.
I'm
You have a
not fast
portion
and
of
loose with the Black
sub-Saharan.
History
You're
Month
fast and
specifically.
loose.
I'm fast and loose with everything. I'm just
that's
fast
true.
and loose, which
the-
is why you
That's the
married
best kind
me
of wife.
in the first fucking place. Had his way with me in the Bass Pro Shop parking lot at
People
Gillette
don't
Stadium
need to know.
on
People
our
don't need
third
to-
date.
No, they don't need to know this.
It's not like I told him that I blew you and then rode you when you came twice. Not so bad for an old man. That's like being married to me.
Zero privacy.
This is why I don't
0% privacy is the bullet item for this marriage.
This is why I don't get invited places. If you guys only knew. I'm getting
All right,
there.
all right.
Donna says love too. She said, I'm not being a lesbian. Really?
You're
You're
lost.
not being a lesbian? You homophobic.
Yeah, homophobic.
Oh, she says love them. No.
She's at least a homophobic person I know. I think.
Donna's probably
And I know you,
no,
and I know me.
Donna and I fall into the category. We're like the definition of fucking fag hags. Like we are. Like we will hang out with all the
I don't think you're
gays. We'll
supposed
be
to say
friends.
that anymore.
I think it's how like black people can call each other the N-word. You can call yourself a fag hag
Well,
if you're a fag
no,
hag.
you're an F-word hag.
I would never call someone the F word. I would never do that.
No.
I would never be like, Nolan, I'd be like, Nolan, you're a pain in the ass.
Well, yeah.
Nolan, you're going too fast at Mario. You're like, Nolan, you look super cute today. Like, actually, Nolan's working on some new clips for us, so I gotta launch them out. So but like, I would never call him the F word.
No.
I don't know, maybe I would. I gotta think about it. Try me, bitch.
Call you a bitch. No problem. All right. So then. Wait. So then.
Clark's dead.
Yes.
you high to
No, I knew he was dead. That's why it's funny.
When did Dick Clark die?
Like a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
At least 10 years. At least 10 years ago.
Are you high to Doug? Doug is not high.
No, I'm not
Doug
high.
should be high. I have suggested doing drugs several times. As a matter of fact, we talked about doing mushrooms last weekend, but then I was having an allergic reaction, and it didn't seem like a good idea to have us both tripping balls at the time. So
Somebody had to make the ice packs.
I don't know. I think we're going to try to meet up with Vanilla Ice this weekend. So what if we do mushrooms with Vanilla Ice? Do you want to do mushrooms?
No,
with
I
Vanilla
really
Ice?
don't.
Come on.
I'm putting the crack up.
I can't think of anything
Oh, wait,
better
that
than
wasn't
doing
him.
mushrooms with Vanilla Ice. What would be
I
better?
don't think he partakes in any of that.
don't know that he does,
He's
but-
recovered. I
But
think.
I see. But here's the thing: like people who
I don't know.
but,
Or
like,
maybe he never was.
people who do it, like it really depends though, because like people like there's sobriety and there's sobriety. Like some people are like, okay, I have a problem with heroin, so I don't do heroin, but I still drink. And do they drink responsibly? I don't know. Are they prone to alcoholism? Obviously.
Well, it's a huge divide between heroin and
Actually, I
alcohol,
was going
I
through.
think.
Oh yeah, massive. But although I think that people liken, like they put like the I can't. I have so many things to say about this. They put the kind of weight on cannabis that they put on heroin, and then they act like alcohol is nothing.
Right.
Like it's
yeah, go
bonkers.
figure.
Like I don't even. I have
Okay.
and I have a whole thing about kratom that I want to talk about at some point. But Donna Tracy says stupid Insta.
Yeah, they don't know what they're missing.
Oh yeah, fucking stuff.
Okay.
Oh my god, there's so many comments. Steven says when does
What's up, Steven? Come on.
season start? Swimming season starts.
Usually May.
well,
maybe
our
we're doing it
pool
in the
is
pool every
not
night.
Heated, so
Not doing it, but doing
so
the
I
podcast.
will swim in the pool when it's this temperature. I don't like to wear a swimsuit.
70
problem
in the pool
is-
right now.
The problem, like I would jump in there right now and swim laps all night. I don't give a fuck. But the problem is we have neighborhood kids that have just started showing up randomly. So what I have to do is get the school schedule and only swim in the pool naked
When they're in school.
when the kids are in school and the landscapers aren't coming and the pool guys aren't coming, and that my landlord doesn't decide to drop by randomly. So far, the pool guys have caught me at least once. The landscaper almost crashed into the neighbor's house. And the neighborhood kids may or may not have caught my titties popped out the top of the tank top one day. So, it could happen. I need to move somewhere like a little bit more rural. I walk around naked in the house all day. So like anybody who drives by, all they have to do is look at a window there to see my fat ass. I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, swimming soon. You can come swim anytime you want. What's the water temp?
Right now it's 70.
70. So that's warmer than
It's not bad.
warmer
It's
Massachusetts.
not
originally.
horrible.
It's not, or up in Western New York. It's not that bad.
But right now out here, it's kind of chilly tonight. It is 58 degrees.
Fucking cold. I actually had the heated electric blanket on, which Doug usually does. But I can't maintain my body temperature, and I've been shivering all day.
It's a lovely thing. All right. So
Trey says HR is a glorified cruise director. They are, except when you're talking about a big corporate outfit, they're like a spy, like for the enemy. Like they will act like they're your best friend and feed all that information back to fuck you over. Like the whole reason HR is created is to protect the corporation from lawsuits. Steven says, hi, Doug and Stacey. I think Steven's a Cape Coral guy.
No, didn't we go through this last time Steven came on?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I remember you saying that, and I didn't quite.
I'm Facebook friends with him.
Let's see, Steven. We're checking you out.
He's got hot chicks on his timeline. Damn, Steven.
But it doesn't say where he's from.
Well, I didn't check where he's from. I was just too busy
chicks.
scrolling his page.
He is.
I don't know.
He's a mystery man. Doesn't say.
He's a man of mystery. Steven Gerber.
Are you a Austin Powers type spy, man of mystery?
He's the spy that shagged you, Doug.
But anyways,
thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
I think you would remember if Steven had shagged you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Sorry, Steven.
Could do worse, Steven.
He could do worse. You could do worse. Steven's a handsome man. He's got nice blue eyes. Tracy says, "Who would have thunk?" And she says, "Cunt and run."
It was cut and run. You went to a different area with that. It was
what?
Measure once.
I can't hear you.
Measure twice, cunt once, Georgia.
We'll fuck it.
Fuck it.
You buy it.
You
fuck it. You buy it.
Oh, I think she's talking about.
Are you talking about the cucumbers that we got at Costco last week?
They were European. They had extra skin.
But we don't peel those. That's the crazy thing about it. When we buy the European cucumbers, we don't peel them. But when we buy the
cucumber,
buy the American cucumbers, we peel them.
That's right. That's right. Think of that.
Something to keep in mind.
With your penis.
Trey says Donna is great. She is fucking awesome. Okay. Todd says I'll invite you over here. Oh, thank you. Are you hosting a wedding anytime soon?
You never know.
Donna says I'm joking, and I know, of course you're joking. I mean, that sounds like a fun time with Vanilla Ice, right? Are you going to come down with us? Do mushrooms with me, Doug, and Vanilla Ice? I want muck sticky. I feel like I have a fairly good shot of doing mushrooms with muck sticky.
Oh, definitely. I think you.
Like I feel like I could call him up and be like, "Listen,
dude.
I'm a fan. I'm in the area. I happen to have in my possession some mushrooms that a lovely friend, who I don't think is here tonight on the podcast, brought me when she visited. And would you like to have some mushrooms with me? Come and do mushrooms with me. Show you what you want to be." I listened to Muck Sticky today. It made me feel better. Steven says, for a future show, could you both share your childhood pictures? Oh,
that's kind of a funny idea.
Sure, we could totally do that. Thank you, Steven. That's a brilliant idea.
I look like me, only like a kid version.
Yeah, I don't really know that there's any actually.
No, we're not pulling them out tonight.
Why?
Because that takes too long.
Well, we're gonna forget. It's easy to pull up a picture of you. There's a million of them.
All right, Steven Gerber's from Jersey. He just got back to us. Oh no, Doug dating you. If you fuck it, you buy it. You don't have to buy everything. What if you try it out? You don't like? What if you don't like? Ooh, that's a handsome little dude right there.
You're a cutie patootie.
Oh, well, Inwalker's here. She's lazy and lurking. Look at that little bugger right there.
Yeah, that little fucker.
The velour shirt
has not changed at all. Look at those big old lips. Smile. Exactly.
Yeah,
the same.
you can't miss that.
Still
right there.
Part Asian, although he's some of it's gone. So you're a little less Asian than you were. And once Doug had hair that was not a result of being married to me.
Whereabouts, Stephen? Becky is from West Orange.
Becky is Stephen, if you haven't watched the pod before, I know you watched before, but you may not be familiar. Tracy has an imaginary friend. Her name is Becky, and she tells us she's her wife.
Alleged Becky.
imaginary. Doug worked with both of them.
I've met both of them, but I can't. I don't think I ever saw them together at the same time.
He can't tell them apart.
And I've gone through my pictures from Newport. I both of you are not in a picture at the same time.
I'm going to start a Where's Becky campaign.
Where's Becky?
Hey, wait,
Milk carton Becky.
Trace, can you find out from Bex if we start a Where's Becky campaign and like sell Where's Becky t-shirts? Like, because we just, is
like
that going to be a
Montana
problem? Is she going to want like a cut of that? Because I feel like that could be a thing. Where's Becky?
It would be a conflict of interest.
How is it a conflict
of
interest? We started.
She's from West Orange.
Wait, do we have to put like a red and white striped hat on her or something? Instead, like, where's Becky? Like, where's Becky? We don't know.
As I said before, I think I like Becky better than Tracy, and I like Tracy a lot. But Becky might
I don't really have anything to go by. Honestly,
but it could actually
be a total bitch for.
But it could actually be Tracy in a Becky outfit.
It could be Tracy being bitchy. I've never ever talked to Becky. From what I understand, she is the nicest person on the planet.
I don't think I ever saw either of them not smiling in my life. So there's that.
Because they're the same person.
Further proof. The truth is out there.
I definitely needed to do this podcast.
Stephen
says that would be awesome. And where's Waldo?
And put Stephen's near Princeton.
Princeton. Is that where Becky's from?
She's in West Orange.
I don't know where that is.
I don't either.
Well,
do either of you know?
If you still lived there, you could meet up. But,
do either of you know Frank Sinatra or John Bon Jovi
or Teresa Good Giudice
or who's that guy? Springfellow
or
Bruce Springfellow?
Carolyn Manzo.
Fuck the Manzo.
Or Danielle Staubs.
Don't know any of these people.
Or Margaret. I don't know what Margaret's last name is.
So Tracy says she's more of a bitch. And she's laughing her ass off. Where's Waldo? Definitely where's Waldo? That would be awesome. So yeah, that's we like it when people laugh. We definitely need a laugh today.
So Bon Jovi is friends with my sister. Oh, that's so sweet. Bon Jovi is starting to look like
looks like me with the gray hair.
He's starting to look like a middle-aged woman. Dude, I think that
I hope he's a good guy to your sister.
I hope he's a good guy to people in general. No, I think he's talented. I've seen him in different stuff and have been like acting roles. He was in Pay It Forward. And he's done some actually.
I don't like him.
Art Alexakis was also in Pay It Forward.
He was
Alexakis
really
from Everclear.
From
So I think we love to hear like stories about celebrities. I especially want to hear a story about a celebrity that's not a fucking asshole. Because lately it just seems like they're all fucking assholes.
He is starting to look like an older woman. It's the haircut. And then Steven says, yes, John Bon Jovi is very nice.
Oh, well, tell him that if he ever wants to come on the pod, we'd love to have him. I promise I won't insult his hair. But as a hairstylist, retired hairstylist, I will be thinking about it the whole time. And I'll just maybe give Doug his haircut and be like, John, you want a haircut while we're here? But if he ever wants to come on the pod, we'd love to have him. And I'm glad he's nice, and I'm glad you have nice people in your life. So
speaking of singers' real names, a friend of mine from Connecticut, our friend Stoney, used to practice in the rehearsal space, and the band that came in after him, the lead singer was one Michael Bolton.
Not Bolton?
It changed it to Bolton, but his real name is Bolton. It's like he's bloated.
He looks like he's bloated.
Talk about looking like a middle-aged woman.
But I think we're all starting to look bloated in our old age. Look at this. And I haven't done that. Remember I was doing the self-tanner? I haven't done it lately. Trace says, I saw him in concert when Sheryl Crow opened for him at Gillette. Okay, hear me out. If you go to a Sheryl Crow concert, are you required to use 1 square for pee and 2 for poop? Because that's what she said. And I'll tell you right the fuck now, if I go to a public toilet, which I try to avoid at all costs, I use 8 times as much toilet paper as I use at home, and I'm still not satisfied.
Because
it's just
tracing paper.
It's thin. It's just tracing paper. It's uncomfortable. It's not good. On the way down here from Mass, so when we travel, we actually bring our own toilet paper to our hotel with us. That's how nutty it is. But we buy good toilet paper.
Be good to your hole, people.
By the way, to the point where Doug's kids would save up their poop on Sundays so they could poop at our house because they like the good toilet paper.
Is that an actual fact?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't remember that, but that's funny.
And it's a fact I made up. No, it might be a fact. I'm not. I think it was. I know. I think Nolan might have said it to me once. He's like, I wait to go to the bathroom at your house. You have the good toilet paper. In any case, yeah, I that's something I broke your kids with
the good toilet.
Like
paper?
I came into your life and all of a sudden it was fucking 5-star toilet paper. Although Bruce the tutor, not Bruce the tutor, Bob the tutor, did not like the smell of our toilet paper. Just the odor of the toilet paper. It wasn't fragrance.
So, it wasn't.
So my daughter finishes her chemistry class, her chemistry tutoring one afternoon, and the 3 of us or 4 of us are sitting there smelling her toilet paper.
I do remember that. But we were just watching a retro thing on the 80s or 70s or something like that, and the colored toilet paper.
That's not good for you. I don't like that the toilet paper is bleached. I don't really. It doesn't matter what color it is. And Tracy says, "What? How cool."
I think she was talking about either the Bon Jovi thing or the Balotin thing.
And also that his friend is friends
Michael
with her.
Bologna, not Michael Salami.
That's funny.
What about Haile
Michael Salami is his porn name.
That was my nickname in college.
Tracy says, yes, I avoid public restrooms.
But if you can become comfortable with the public restroom, it's liberating. Doesn't matter where you go.
Let me ask you this.
Just do your business.
So you're comfortable in a public restroom?
I am now, yeah, sure.
You can shit in a public restroom.
I can do anything in anywhere, yeah.
Do you like it better when there's dividers or no dividers?
What, in the urinals?
Yeah.
Do
you like to do a little window shopping? I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story.
Well,
I'm going to tell you.
There's certain things you can say at the urinal to be funny.
I'm going to tell you a story.
I don't know if you ladies know this, but there's things you say at a urinal.
I didn't know that. It's not just funny. You.
No, there's material that you can have.
Everybody has urinal material?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I want to hear more of your urinal material, but I want to tell this horrifying story first. Let me tell you a horrifying story. Because Doug's all sweet and innocent. He does his Ted Koppel impression while he's here. Like, let's talk about the news tonight. Let me just tell you. Doug and Zach. Zach at the time is 17, about to turn 18.
We went to some function at the high school.
It was my daughter's concert. They go to the men's room together.
We end up next to each other.
And they're next to each other. And Doug turns, looks at him. By the way, at the time, he looked like he was about 12. And says to him, I hate when these things have partitions.
I hate these partitions.
So he's registered back in Massachusetts.
I'm not registered.
Tracy says, yes, I avoid public restroom. And he says, I need dividers. Dude, I can't even.
Did you ever go to Fenway Park when they had the trough? There were a couple of them. There was like a long one, and then there was a round one that had just basically like an on-off knob, like kind of thing. So you flush it.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we live in Southwest Florida. My husband will not wear flip-flops. Because why? Because of that trough. Because he's no. It's not
the trough. Now they put the urinals right next, like the wall of one urinal is touching the next, and yeah, it's not. It's too close for comfort.
Easy way to solve that. Would you like to know?
It depends.
You could wear Depends. That would be gross, and I'm not changing you. But would you like to know the easy way to solve that?
What's the easy way?
Okay, baseball is not a difficult sport.
Yeah,
you only have to be right 70% of the time. Yeah. It's like a C average. You can do that. What you do is you try out for the Red Sox, you get on the team, and you can use the locker room.
Oh, that's a good idea. We have a special guest here tonight. Rockwood says, dividers or no dividers, just let it hang. Nobody cares. I don't think the guy next to you really cares. Okay,
wait. Rockwood, could you send me a dick pic, please?
And then
and I don't need to be asking you for a dick pic.
Shoulders should not touch when using her. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, maybe but he's a big dude. If you put Rockwood and Rockwood next to each other, forget it. They're touching tips.
2 Rockwoods would take up 3 urinals.
Played football.
And nobody hits it.
Side note, can you send me a dick pic, please?
Don't send a dick pic.
I just want to know, because you're a big guy. Do you have like a monster dog?
He probably does. That's why, he's always looking for a new girl, because he splits the other one in 2, and then he has to get a new one.
Send it anonymously to
everyone.
No. Everyone send me a dick pic anonymously to marital8@gmail.com. I love dick pics. We can make a coffee table book.
I don't want a coffee table book.
An art compilation, a screensaver.
Like the flying toasters.
Think about it this way. Oh my God. Hear me out.
Here it comes. As if the day hasn't been stellar enough, I gotta get a coffee table book of dicks.
No. Here's what we do. Everybody sends you dick pics.
Yep.
And I will compile them.
And you guess.
Well, we can play all kinds of fun games with these dicks.
Steven just emailed.
Thank you. And
so much for that divider. And Rockwood's laughing.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody sends me the dick pics.
Yeah.
We can find lots of fun ways to use them. But like I told you guys, when I die, I'm going to come to you
use
in the form of a dick. I promise you. Yeah. Like, people like they die. I'll come back as a butterfly. I'm going to come back as a bird. Like, okay, that's fine. Those are lovely, but unoriginal. I'm coming back as dongs. If you see a dick and I'm dead, I'm thinking about you.
If it's a
I'm
cat
there with
that
you.
Looks like, yeah.
And if you're doing something fucked up, I'm watching. And I'm probably telling somebody about it. I probably have a heaven or hell podcast where I'm telling people, well, I have this friend back on Earth. And they were.
Oh, we got to stop all this dick talk.
Why?
Because it's a very special day. I almost forgot. I have to.
It's Jen's birthday.
It's more important than that.
Okay, it's not more important than that. Let's say happy birthday to Jen.
Happy birthday, Jen. But also happy birthday to
happy birthday, Jen.
A legend. Miss Sandy Duncan.
Okay, Sandy Duncan in her glass eye.
It's not a glass eye, people.
Can kiss Jen's dirty black asshole. Not that her asshole's dirty or black. I'm saying that if she made
I don't know why that's not coming out right. That's all.
I don't know if it would really be black. Brown.
There we go. All right.
That's why people get them bleached.
Sandy Duncan, right there.
Okay, it's very hard to convince Doug that Sandy Duncan does not have a glass eye.
It's like one of those things you knew, right? For life, right? That Sandy Duncan had a glass eye. But come to find out, she had some sort of surgery or something. And so you can see, it's a little wonky right here. It's a little wonky right here, whatever. She's looking in two different directions. But that made Sandy, maybe without the eye, Sandy Duncan's not so thing. But happy birthday, Sandy Duncan, 74 years old. Huge accomplishment. Next year, 75. What is that, a diamond anniversary? We're going to have Sandy Duncan on the podcast. We're going to talk to her about her eye.
We're going to pop her eye out?
No, we're not going to. No, we're not going to pop her eye out. But I'm just saying, Sandy Duncan, the sky is blue, water's wet. Sandy Duncan has a glass eye. So, she doesn't.
Okay, so I just want you to know that the rational people of the group,
have
decided to prioritize our friend Jen as opposed to Sandy Duncan. You don't even know the status of her eye. You know Jen has brown eyes.
I do know
Jen
the status.
has brown eyes. You do not know.
Listen, I know. All right, look at this. Happy birthday, Jen. And then you got happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday.
What, are you worried that no one's wishing Sandy Duncan a happy birthday?
Nobody.
Not even her optometrist.
Stephen thinks she invented Dunkin' Donuts. I don't know, but I
that's where she got the idea for the donut holes.
But I do think Sandy Duncan was killed in Vietnam. And she played Eddie Haskell, and she
had her 2 ribs removed so she could blow herself.
Sandy Duncan's eye came out when she drank Coke and Pop Rocks.
Happy birthday! Can we talk about Jen for just a second?
Wait. Well, how does and Tracy doesn't even know who Sandy Duncan is. Maybe you should get a more age appropriate podcast.
She was on Hogan's.
She took over for Valerie Harper on the Hogan's Family.
Yeah, and it was Valerie's Family, and then it became the Hogan Family.
And then, but she was on every. She played she was on every game show in the 70s. Yeah, bring her up. She wasn't on Broadway. It's just legend.
You guys, shout out to IMDb, one of the best fucking websites ever. She's just adorable.
Look at her, she's awesome, Sandy Duncan.
She's
got a paint in her head. Look at that.
So cute. Okay, so she was in The Swan Princess, The Fox and the Hound.
Funny
Fox
Face.
and the Hound. I remember my dad taking me to see that at the drive-in.
Oh.
She was in Funny Face. She was in Roots.
She was not in Roots.
Black History
Month.
Are
you serious?
She was in Roots. Now I need to watch. I mean, it's Black History Month. Maybe we should watch Roots. What Roots? I have never seen it.
I'm laughing because Sandy Duncan seems, on the surface, appears to be the whitest person on the planet.
I have many questions. Yeah, she was probably a slave owner in Roots.
So much depth to Sandy Duncan.
So much depth. She has slaves. That's not okay. All right, hang on. First of all,
So all right, wait.
Sandy Duncan, in Roots was probably a slave.
Well, we're gonna be watching Roots.
I've never actually seen
7 night.
I actually haven't seen Roots.
Oh, it's great.
Is it racist by today's standards?
I don't think it's racist. It was
yes,
written as an account.
But you can write things as an account and have them come off as being.
It was written by a black guy. How can it be racist?
So she was on Valerie, which I thought they changed the show to the Hogan family, but whatever. She was on Alf.
She was on Roots. Oh, she was on Roots.
She was on the Love Boat.
She was Miss Ann Reynolds.
Did you think I was fucking making that up?
No. I was just looking to see.
She was on The Bionic Woman, $6 Million Man, Good Heavens, Pinocchio.
She had the Sandy Duncan show, for Christ's sake.
The Sandy Duncan show.
She was on Laughing.
Funny Face. Bonanza, Midnight Cowboy.
Bonanza.
Search for Tomorrow. I don't know what she's up to right now, though. She's doing Doris.
George says she's the one with the glass eyeball. She does not have a glass eyeball, and this is blowing my mind.
There's no glass eyeball. She did something called Doris Deer's Girl Talk. Cocktails, chat, and recipes or more from a rumpus room of America's Perfect Housewife. Doris Deer. Stories of a family and love told by Doris Deer can.
The depth and breadth of this career. This woman's
okay. So, Sandy Duncan is.
No, she was not the mom in Alf. The mom in Alf wasn't Mom in Alf the lady that dated or was engaged to James Dean. I forget her name. Back. She was the mom on
Sandy
Seinfeld.
Duncan has been in 2 episodes of a show called Doris Deer's Girl Talk, and that actually looks like a really cute show.
Doris Deer's.
If you have watched it, let me know. And if I'm going to forget about it, so please tell me if you've watched it because that sounds like a good
let's
time.
look at more Sandy Duncan things.
I don't want to look at more Sandy Duncan things because we have a million things to cover. It's already 8:42.
It's Sandy Duncan Appreciation Night.
What about Jen? Where's Becky?
Look,
what about Jen?
I knew about Sandy Duncan when I was very, very young. I just learned about Jen like a year and a half ago. So there you go.
Okay. So I will tell you that she was the mother on Alf was Anne Schneiden. Schneidin?
Is that I don't think that was the mother, was it? It's Liz Sheridan. That's who I'm thinking of. Liz Sheridan. Yeah. She was also.
That would have been the
Seinfeld's mom, I think, or somebody's mom.
We're really fucking old, is really what it comes down to. But there's a lot of people that were on this show. But Sandy Duncan was only on 2.
Jim J. Bullock. His birthday was like last week too. I was gonna salute to Jim J. Bullock.
We still haven't talked about Jen, and we don't know where Becky is. You gotta calm the fuck down.
God damn, we don't even know if Becky exists. All right. Are we going to wish her a happy birthday and her phantom birthday in July?
The bottom line is Sandy Duncan is everywhere, and Alf ate cats, and that's not Sandy Duncan. All right, so back to it.
Okay. So, all right, so we have to go back a little bit. So, Rockwood said his dad was in Vietnam, and he was in the Army.
My dad got there at the tail end.
Your dad got there in 1977. There was nothing going on.
1975.
Wait, how?
I was born in 1976. My mom got pregnant. My grandfather said, if you join the Army, I won't have you arrested for statutory rape.
Right.
My dad proceeded to peel potatoes.
So wait.
That's what I've been told.
Was he sent when he knocked up your mother, then got sent, or was he sent after you were born?
It was for the knocking up.
For the knocking up part of it. Okay.
That's how I know the story.
I
listen. The fuck do I know? You can't believe half of what you read. Or a quarter of what, or none of what you see, and I certainly can't believe anything that comes out of my crazy fucking family.
All right, enough of that. So, anyways, all right. So, Steven says he wants to see Ethel Merman on our show.
If you know Miss Merman,
she's dead. Everybody, Jake Clark's dead.
Can you do an Ethel Merman impression? Yes, you can. Oh my God, 2 birds with 1 stone.
No, I'm not wearing that.
I bought this robe.
Yeah. All right, and we have a lot of comments, so I'm just gonna buzz through them. She was the one that, I loved Alf. She was the mama. No, she wasn't. And then she lost her eye at 26. I don't know if she ever lost it or if it's still there. I always liked her. and then Rockwood's dad was born in 1950.
How old was your dad?
Yeah, he was.
Your dad must be.
No, he would have been 20 years old in 1970. So yeah, he probably would have gone in and. At the height of the
I'm talking about to be Rockwood's dad.
I don't know how old Rockwood is.
He's like 20, I think he's like 30 now.
He's 30, like I'd say so he was born in 90. Yeah, he would have been like 40, yeah. 40-ish.
That's 40. Older.
Had me when he was 40.
Ooh.
So that's I'm is he Rockwood's 33. Nice.
Okay, yeah, Sandy Duncan, the American actress, has a prosthetic eye, not a glass eye. She lost sight in her left eye due to a tumor when she was young and subsequently had it replaced with a prosthetic eye. Despite this, she continues her acting career and became known for her roles in television, film, and theater.
All right. I have to argue with ChatGPT because I think
ChatGPT is wrong all the time.
I looked it up.
It's like the rest of the menu at Tito's today.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'd like these steak tacos, please.
They're in a flour tortilla.
Oh yeah, everything's gluten free with a flour tortilla.
I'm like,
it's not okay. So back to Ethel Merman.
Back to Ethel Merman.
She was
right now. Back to
Ethel Merman.
Look, honey, it's your favorite. It has a sash.
All right, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do the big review.
Don't forget the sash. So I bought myself a robe off Amazon, and so I could have something to just like throw on when I'm like around the house. It doesn't make me feel like a big fat tub of lard. And so it just came in the mail, and I don't know if it's gonna fit. And I accidentally ordered 2 by mistake. Mm-hmm. So when Doug comes out with this, if you think that it's really great, and Doug and I should start wearing matching robes to do the podcast, I think we might be able to arrange that for you. I don't know what's happening over there. I think he needs a bigger sash. He's cutting carbs. It'll go. Can you hear me when I whisper? Anyway, okay, here we go. Doug, bringing sexy back. That's nice.
I feel Japanese. Hi.
Oh, it's a good fabric.
Nandeska. Sylvania beat Sony again.
It's a good fabric. The only problem is it
bring
can't
some color into this.
It can't go in the dryer, but if it ain't covering your titties, I don't know if it's going to cover mine.
But I have these big ass broad shoulders.
What do you guys think? Should we start doing the podcast in matching kimonos? We should start doing the podcast in matching outfits every night. That would be funny as shit.
Matching robes, 100%.
Matching robes. And she says that's pretty. Oh, Trace, do you want one? I'll send you one. It was so cheap. It's rayon, which is it's a natural fiber. It's not as good as like cotton.
How is rayon a natural fiber?
Because it's basically it's basically
repurposed.
It's cotton that they do something to. So it's like a natural process or something. I don't know. But like I was reading about our
George says we're doing the birdcage redo. George, I hope you got the Sony television reference from the ad. Sylvania meets Sony again.
What the hell is that?
It was a commercial for Sony televisions, and they had this angry Japanese guy because it was all about the Japanese at that point. Not this guy. Sylvania beats Sony again, and he's like, Sony can't catch a break.
Do you feel like you're Sony today?
I feel like Sony, indeed. So Tracy says, yeah, definitely the birdcage vibe. So like I'm feeling like very it makes me feel instantly zen in some way. What are you doing over there?
I'm styling my hair.
God damn it, I'm sitting here trying to do the birdcage, and you nice. Look at that. Oh. Welcome to the dojo and the podcast right here is what we have.
What do you think? You want to start wearing matching robes? You're going to come out nudie in the matching robe?
Nudie in if it's warmer, I'll come out nudie in the robe. But what do I care? It's a nice rayon against your testicles.
Steve Rock was his cousin and then George says, "How is Ursula? Does he mean like the Little Mermaid?
Is Ursula? I don't know.
The Sea Witch or Ursula, Phoebe's twin sister.
Ursula
from Friends and Mad About You. Okay, so by the way, you have a lovely friend there, George. I love George. You had a
can't get rid of this guy.
You had a rough day today.
It wasn't the best day, the client's not paying.
Remember we read that book on boundaries? We're gonna read it again. Actually, watched a nice YouTube Instagram video today, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to find.
You know what? George needs to hook up with our friend Vanilla Ice. He needs to hook up with Vandy.
Maybe.
In the real estate situation.
Maybe, but when we're friends with Vanilla Ice, we'll introduce him to George. But, I wanted to tell you this thing I had listened to on Instagram today. So it was basically they were talking about like the problem with being empathetic, and we all want to be empathetic, right? We want to be able to put ourselves in somebody's shoes and understand why they are the way they are, so we might be able to forgive them. Like for me, if I understand, like, okay, this person is fucked and I'm going to forgive them because they're fucked, right? Not that George is fucked.
Right. No,
there's no relation to these two stories at all.
Not much.
I mean, there could be. I mean, I think it applies to everyone. Like everyone can look at someone and realize that what they did to somebody does something that harms you or harms somebody else, what they did was fucked up, but that they're a human being that's had some bad experiences that have made them who they are. And that's the thing. That's how you forgive. And then it makes it easier for me to forgive, at least if I realize, like, people don't inherently want to harm others. Like, it's not a healthy feeling. They don't feel good when they do that. So when somebody's shitty to you, like, feel bad for them because it sucks. But also, do not tolerate. And by the way, she phrased it in like a nice way. It was like all soothing and supportive and shit. I'm not that girl. I'm sorry. I'm the direct girl who's a fucking pain in the ass. But they basically said, like, if you, what you have to do is set boundaries. Like, just because, yes, that thing that happened to you is terrible, but it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's an explanation. So you can't treat me with disrespect. I do not allow that in my life. It's a boundary that we have to set at all times, because if we don't do that, we're hurting the people around us. And Doug and I had this whole conversation today about, we were talking about boundaries and setting with people. And I know, like, for people that like try to be nice, it can be really hard because, like, you feel like you're being mean if you're like standing up for yourself. And I'm not saying go on a tear. I'm just saying, like, no, that doesn't work for me. That's not going to work for me. Not be selfless. Like, there's like, I think that there's like people that are selfish and there are people that are selfless. And I think that we have made selfless to be a some sort of badge of honor, and it's really not. It's just not, because it's harmful, quite frankly, not only to you, but to the people around you. So I've been selfless. Didn't work out so well for me. And that's why I'm working so hard on myself and trying to figure out how, like, honestly, I'm working really hard to figure out how to take care of me and how to not take on other people's problems. It's a daily fucking struggle. And at the same time, I still want to be there to support the people that I love and my friends. And fortunately, most of you guys are here.
You have some friends.
Yeah, I have some, but like, these are people that, like, the people that are here tonight, and like, George has never like called me up with a problem, but like, if George or Tracy or Rockwood, hey, fuck, Steven, you know what? You just made the list. If these people call, Ann, of course, Todd, I don't know if he's here, but if they, like, with the people that I'm close to, or the people that are there to support me, need me, of course I'm going to be there for them. But like, think about all the people that, and you've had this happen in your life as well. Like, we do and do and do for other people. And sometimes it feels like no one's there for us. And the problem is people just become like, they think that that's what's acceptable. If they think that that's what you need, and then suddenly you're raising the price. Like, imagine, okay, Doug, we're in a store. You went to buy this lip gloss. It says $5.99. Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you $5.99 in 3 weeks.
Take it to the register.
I'll take it. I'm going to take this and then pay you in 7-8 weeks. But then I'm only going to pay you 40% of this, and then I'll pay you when I'm damn good and ready. So the rest.
That's specific to your story.
Oh yeah,
that's not.
Yeah,
but that's
right. But that's not you. Sorry, I went off on a tangent.
Clients not paying bills, son. Multi-million-dollar clients. Anyway, that's not where I was going with this. You stole my bit.
Sorry.
Once again.
Sorry, I just went off on a tangent.
Yes, Doug's clients are not paying, and so we are going to be turning tricks on OnlyFans wearing these matching robes. You got your sneak peek right here. So you go. Here's this. It's $6.99.
$6.99.
Right?
Go
to
up
the register.
Counter. Put it down.
Okay. So boop. That's what you're doing with your friendship. You're like, okay, this is what it costs to be my friend. $6.99. Pick me. You're pick Misha. And so then you get to the register, which is basically the point in the friendship. And the longer it's been that you have had this friendship or relationship, the longer it's been, the more the price hike is going to be. the more upset they're going to be. So if they've been paying $6.99 for your friendship for 20 years, and then suddenly, you know what? My friendship is $20. Suddenly they don't want it anymore. Or
this is a very deep
if they value
story.
you, they're like, girl, here's your $20.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'll give you $25.
Let me give you $25.
Yeah.
You're right. You've been carrying the weight of this friendship.
Yeah.
And if you don't tell, if you don't tell these people, the people in your life that are hurting you in whatever way it is, and it could be that they're hurting you by, never asking about you or taking advantage of your kindness or not paying their invoices on time or whatever it is, it's like, you've got to set the boundary and the expectation. And the sooner you do it, the better. And because at that point, if you have a relationship with the other person isn't meeting your needs and you're afraid to speak up, you're not in a relationship. You're in a hostage situation. I don't know about you. I'd rather be alone than I'd rather be alone and have to figure it all by myself than to be in a relationship for the wrong fucking reasons. Is this you and George sending each other the glass eye back and forth? It's a prosthetic. Prosthetic.
Happy birthday, Sandy. Duncan. Not Pistorius.
We never even fucking finished talking about Jen.
No, we didn't.
Jen, so
maybe you should buy Jen a robe. You want Jen to have a happy birthday. Get her robe.
Do you think she wants your used ass robe? Your
no,
balls
get her
have
in.
no,
have not been on. But you should buy her a nice robe and send
Jen
it.
Already knows way too much about your balls. You wore that. She watched the swimsuit video on the big screen and the couch show video, and she goes, "Well, congratulations to both of you." I'm like, it's not that big. It's the pants. Does my ass look bigger in these pants? Is that a question you're afraid to answer? I want my ass to look big.
Your ass.
My Target demo likes big butts, and they cannot lie.
No, it's all fine.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Like, they come over.
That's
for
the
snacks.
problem.
It's the actual milkshakes that we give away to the neighborhood children that bring the boys to the yard.
Great. Now I want a milkshake.
You can have a milkshake. You were supposed to make ice cream and whipped cream today.
I did not.
Trace says not unless they are a sociopath. Well, if they're a sociopath, you should run screaming from the other direction. And the fucked up thing is that, like, it's like 1 in 25 people are actually sociopaths.
That's craziness.
I read a great book, and by read I mean listen to the audiobook in its entirety, which is just like reading it, called The Sociopath Next Door.
Yeah.
And it talked about how, like, no, like, there's people, like, everywhere you look, just as many. So the numbers are actually, like, or at least at the time of publication, the numbers were the same for people with anorexia as they were for people who were sociopaths.
That's a scary.
That's
prospect.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows somebody who's been.
Cameron Carpenter was a sociopath.
And a puker.
Kidding. I'm awful. I just am awful.
And I'm not trying to make light of eating.
Tracy read that in college. That's what they teach you in college.
Yeah, normal people
like
go
normal
to college
people
and learn things. I learned what I was only required to learn in college to graduate, because I was raising 4 children trying to graduate in a very short amount of time. And then I
majored in robe wearing 101.
I wrote, and I didn't do anything. I was a mom. I didn't get like, and I'm not complaining at all. I love, I am complaining. Can I complain for a minute?
You can go on I went on a tirade. You go on a tirade.
All right. So so Doug had a bad day, and I'm trying to impress upon him the importance of
change your state.
Boundaries with people, doing things to change your state, making healthy choices for your heart, mind, body, and spirit. Like, go lay outside in the sun if you're going to lay down. You need to drink some fluids. Have you taken your supplements? Yada, yada, yada. And also, this is not healthy. Set a boundary, whatever. He got frustrated. I was like, okay, I can get out of the house. I got to do something to change my state. And the Jeep is still making that fucking noise, but that's a whole other story. I think I've figured out that when you drive 10 miles, and it gets really noisy.
So drive 10 miles. Every 10 miles you stop.
Well, that was my point. When
like a Tesla.
I wanted Tony to take it out for a long drive. I'm gonna have to text him, but that's not the point. The point is college. I got married young, had my family young. I wanted to be a mom. I wanted this perfect family. Thought I was never going to be divorced. I had this fantasy that my family was going to surround me, my family and friends were going to surround me with love and support. That did not go the way I thought it would. I thought I was going to be married, not divorced. Not that that relationship would go as tragically as it went. And
I don't know why I'm laughing at the tragicness of that, but it was pretty tragic.
If you know, you know. Most of you don't know. It's not something I broadcast because it's there's people involved that it would that are innocent that it would hurt. In any case, I made my children were absolutely everything to me. Everything I did, right or wrong, was for them. I failed colossally on a regular basis.
But who doesn't as a parent?
I beat myself up about it pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Which, if Stacy were here, she would tell you to focus on all the great things you accomplished and all the great things you provided.
If Stacy were here, I am Stacy.
Yeah, but you're not. You can't take your own advice from you.
Oh,
so I have to be advice. Like pretend Stacy would be nice in her role.
It would be nice if you could be pretend Stacy. Unfortunately, your impression of me is not that good. I mean, that you have a valid point. You have a valid point.
Right.
But I need to hear it like a million times a day, especially when I have like, you know, all the thoughts of what did I do wrong? What could I have done differently? Why doesn't anybody like me?
I see all the things you did right.
And I appreciate that. But today especially, I am having a really hard time. I found out so I had gone for a drive in the Jeep and went to the bank and all that stuff. I was trying to, you know, turn my day around, because you got to do that when stuff is just not going well. You got to find a way to turn your day around. And so I had to eat any lunch. It's like 4:00. And I'm like, okay, where can I get something reasonably healthy? So I went to Tito's up the street, and Autumn, the server, was fantastic. She was working the bar.
She's nice.
And then Michael from the kitchen came out, and he was super nice. And because I have this fucking food allergies now, it's a goddamn nightmare. Yeah. He was super sweet, made me some fajitas. So if you want a gluten-free meal, paleo, probably, I didn't really go over the whole thing with him, but it's just order the fajitas without any shells. And ask him to cook it in the pan because you have food allergies. And he will. So that was great. In any case, we're sitting there at the bar and just having a good time. And I had, they actually thought I was leaving. They gave me my food in the takeout container. Whole other story. We're sitting there, and this family comes in, and Doug points out that this man looks just like somebody we know.
Yeah.
He looks exactly like the guy.
Crazy, like doppelganger. Yeah.
It looks like the guy that works, Jim, who works the gated Ding Darling. Super nice guy. And I ended up chatting with him. I'm like, I know you. And he's like, what? And I'm like, I know you. And he's just like, are you
He's like, okay.
And I'm like, you work at the Santa Bell. And he's like, how do you know me? Like, it was so weird. So anyway,
and
it
so
was not
she
the
says,
guy.
You were the guy that we know that looks like you. Runs the front gate at Ding Darling, and his buddy thought he said ran the front door at Ding Dong Club.
Like, I think that was his son-in-law.
Oh, might have been, yeah. So, anyways, the guy Tony was like, "Yeah, he works at the Ding Dong," and they thought that was a funny name for a club and all this stuff, and panic ensued.
And then I said, if this was the Ding Dong Club, I'd be going like this. And so apparently, I learned how to flirt tonight. It's not winking. It's telling people that you know them, even though you don't.
Hey.
But like, that's the thing. I've met people a million times and been like, I know you from somewhere, and not realize it could be a come on.
Well, the bartender thought she knew us from well, she goes, yeah, you guys are with the podcast or whatever. And so
she's like, I've watched it. I'm like, you shouldn't watch our podcast. It's terrible. In any case.
Except tonight we had some good Sandy Duncan banner.
Oh, maybe.
Anyways, all right, go ahead.
So I'm going to finish my fucking story. So anyway, we had a great little chat with them. And thank God I was coming off of that. Like, if I hadn't gone in to the bank and had a good experience and a good ride in the Jeep, and then I had gone straight into what happened, I would have fucking just gone straight off the side of the fucking midpoint bridge. The midpoint, whichever bridge it is, one of them. And it probably wouldn't have killed me, but I'm making a Florida woman jumps off bridge after finding out her daughter got married on Sunday. So I found that out today. And it was pretty hard. And the waitress came over and was like joking with us some more, which thank God, because I was about to burst into tears.
You were not doing well. You're like, I have to get out of here.
And shout out to Thrive Cosmetics. This is the mascara I put on this morning, and I have been crying like a crazy person. The eyeliner I had to be reapplied. Yeah, so I found a picture. Actually, Doug found a picture of her. I get to see her in her dress, and she looked beautiful. And I hope she's happy. Trace says she's sorry. Thanks, Trace. I know. Dave says missed the George comments. Well, it's about how Sandy Duncan had a glass eye, and the problem for poor Sandy Duncan is if she's a fucking crier like me, that fucking thing is going to be so lubed up, it's going to go shooting out of her fucking thing, pop out and knock a hole and jump in George's drum set. George would frame that shit. He'd frame it, put it on the wall.
That would be amazing.
And he would ask her if he could keep the eye. He totally would.
That would be the ultimate collectible.
George, and I don't know how to say this in an appropriate way, but George has got a set of balls on him, and I love that about him. Let me explain the triplets.
Got us to cut the line at the crazy long line in Vegas for a buffet.
Okay,
first B-52s were coming the next night.
George, I'm always telling Doug how you're his brother and how you're such an amazing friend and how I just love you to death. But you took him to a buffet.
It was a Vegas thing, right? Yeah.
And you couldn't save him from
we also took each other to a place that had enormous hot dogs because one of the sports radio guys had to go there.
Enormous hot dogs
it was like it's insanity.
If you loved him, you wouldn't take him to a buffet.
Well, there was some, yeah.
Anyway, and you would save him from Stockholm syndrome.
I will say this: line down the block. He's like, "Come on,
oh my God, George would save you from your Stockholm syndrome. Please call him about your day today."
So we go up.
George, call Doug.
We go up to the hostess station. Yeah, we're the advanced team for the B-52s who are playing the next night. We're just trying to get some work done. Is there any way we can, get it? Oh, sure, no problem. That was back in the day. You could make up stories and be, whatever. Nowadays they would check.
I think you can make up stories.
You need a barcode or something for that.
That guy just told us. What's his name? Told us. Sorry, was it Steven Gerber?
Steven Gerber
told us that his sister is friends with Bon Jovi. That could have been a total lie, but we believed
we don't know.
If we invited,
but New Jersey is the size of Rhode Island, so it could be true.
Trace says, "I'm sorry. This means you're a great parent. Apparently not. Have to see the cogs. LOL. Look in the mirror."
I think he's saying because COG stands for creepy old guys, and he could look at an old guy and see himself who's a creepy old guy.
I don't know. I think you guys are all hot. Although George is my little brother, that would be weird. I'm actually more attracted to his wife.
But you also have a no Greeks policy.
I don't have a no Greeks policy, I assure you. But I do think Sandy is hot as fuck. George is like my brother. I love her. But Sandy is
I don't know how he landed her.
I think that they're I hope they're pretty happy.
You know what I think it was? I think it was the Celica. It was that sexy red Celica.
Best thing that could ever happen to kids is happy parents. That's the best thing that could happen. Because it all falls apart from there. Ask me how I know not to be specific about my actual life and what is actually happening right now. And I'm actually going to not jump out a window because our windows are too close to the ground. But anyway, we had some news stories. We had some commentary.
Yeah, we had some other things. I think we caught up in the comments.
Oh, Did we talk about the fact that the traffic was going by our house like
mad? Well, yesterday, we did talk about there was a
traffic.
of cars. Yeah,
some poor woman in like a brand new pickup, like
it was a 4-door like F-250 pickup,
into a tree,
rammed right into a tree and died.
Can't make it
right here.
And the thing that's fucked up about that is that well, there's so many things fucked up about it, but like people were commenting about, oh, she was probably texting or she was probably blah blah blah. But the reality is, it very well could have been a medical emergency.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, a friend of mine died that way. Yeah, no.
You don't know.
Yeah,
you don't know what's going on with someone else, and there's fucking family watching that and reading it. And yes, there's a lot of fucking accidents in fucking Cape Coral. And if you want to say that about like some little fucking fender bender on Cape Coral Parkway, fine.
Maybe
somebody died.
They swerved to avoid a tortoise, which was an admirable thing.
Dude, Noelle called us from school one day, and her accelerator was stuck on, and she couldn't shut the car off. And in that moment, I'm like jamming into park, jamming into park. I didn't care if the fucking car exploded. I wasn't going to tell her to drive with no brakes.
Right.
Jamming it. It was the car was like accelerating on its own.
Yeah.
And who knows if there's some sort of a defect with that vehicle? Who knows if the woman had a medical emergency? All we know is that there's a person that died. That person presumably had family and friends. Maybe they didn't have family that liked them. Maybe they didn't get invited to their daughter's wedding. Maybe they just had a podcast. I don't fucking know. But you matter to somebody, no matter who you are. And at a very minimum, you matter to me. You matter to me. I'm going to set boundaries with you, though. In any case, then I felt like a fucking asshole for complaining about the fucking noise.
Yeah, there was a lot of traffic yesterday, and there's usually like 4 cars that go by a day. Speaking of cars,
it's only the people in this neighborhood.
Speaking of cars,
yes,
I found out something today that I thought was very interesting, and I hope other people do too.
Okay, do it.
The minivan that we all know and love was invented by the Chrysler Corporation, Lee Iacocca and the Chrysler Corporation in the probably 1984, 83, 84, right in there.
And this is the first one?
Well, no. What we don't know is that Lee Iacocca worked for the Ford Motor Company. And in 1973, the Ford Motor Company designed this van called the Carousel, which was essentially a minivan.
Did it spin the kids around in a circle?
Well, this one did. So
it spun the kids around in a circle?
No, it's on a turntable, or at least a circular rug to give the illusion of circularity. So anyways, they invented the minivan 10 years before anybody else. Ford Motor Company fires Lee Iacocca, takes it to Chrysler. They make a phenomenon out of it. And I don't have to tell anybody how many minivans they've sold in the world, but it kind of looks like Scooby-Doo. And Mrs. Hunt had a baby. And those of you who don't know Mrs. Hunt, she has a wood grain Buick station wagon. Anyways, I thought that was very interesting. I did not know that before. So I'm just bringing something to the table.
A good job. Okay, so I wanted to touch briefly on oh geez, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find the article, but it was really interesting. So there, Anne had actually brought up a story the other day. She had shared it on her wall, and it was about, Jesus, I'm going to just have to go to her wall. I'm not going to put your wall on the thing. I'm going to do that. So she had shared this article, and of course, like, well-meaning Anne, and we may have different opinions on this. I can't speak for her. I just wanted to say that she's where I found the article. So Tampa Bay newspaper did this this article called let's just see if I can get this up. Yeah. So one of the things that I want to be making sure that we're doing on the podcast is, and I think we do this already, but I want to do it more than we do because I think it's really important, is talking about truth in news reporting. And really looking at things, especially as we live in this world of AI, and like we're always going to have to be asking AI or not AI, or like, you know, real, misinformation, fake, or psyops, or a marketing ploy, or manipulation, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. So this woman her husband passed away, and she has a 2-year-old, and she's of course devastated, as you would be. And of course, she shared this article, and then Anne shared it. And I was commenting in response, I thought, to Anne, and I actually commented on the woman's page. This is this woman who lost her husband. So I felt really bad because I wasn't looking to open any wounds for her.
Right. Yeah. No.
But you read this article.
is
when you read this fucking article, so they talk about hundreds died using kratom in Florida. It was touted as safe. I personally used kratom. I've talked about it on the podcast before. I do not personally like it. It makes me feel like I'm on a Percocet. I don't enjoy it. But some people find it to be very helpful. A lot of people have used it to come off opiates. I think that if I drink too much water, like I can legitimately die from drinking too much water. Well documented.
Deadly water in your taps.
Could you somehow manage to find a fucking way to die by using kratom? Yeah, you could. Do I think that it is likely? No. And do I think that this fucking article is nothing but fucking propaganda because they have been trying to fucking Schedule A or whatever the fuck it is, kratom, for a very fucking long time. So they want to make it basically like marijuana is from a federal perspective. And they want to make it not available to people, whereas it's been used for I don't even know how fucking long for pain relief. It's also very helpful for depression. So this article is basically saying that kratom is, and of course, let's read
deadly
the title,
kratom.
like Deadly Dose, Part 1.
Hundreds
died using kratom in Florida. It was touted as safe. All right, not to
hundreds.
The Florida population is 21.78 million. 21.78 million. That's an important number. Because if I told you the population was, I don't know, 1 million, and 4 people died from drinking too much water, are you going to open a national fucking campaign about the problems associated with too much water?
Probably not.
What are you doing?
I was going to try and pull up a percentage because I wanted the percentage.
Oh, okay. Well, I had done the percentage already.
Okay.
I can just give you the number.
All right. Well, your mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Anyway, so I did the math and I read, I had read the article. I just want to skim over some key points here that they have marked in bold. 533 multiple substance overdoses involving kratom. If kratom acts like an opiate, you better fucking treat it like it's one.
Multiple substances. Not just kratom.
There were 46 kratom only overdoses.
So there's your little subhead, which is misleading because 46 kratom only.
So if they're saying 46, it was I'm going to pull up the exact number. Just give me 1 second. It was, if you do the math of the population of Florida, it's 0.00022%. That is not even less than that's less than 1,000%.
Gators take more people than that a year.
That's less than 1,000th of a fucking percent. Are you fucking kidding me? Though, yeah, it's killing us all. And so, of course, like this woman, she just, she lost her family, like her husband, and she's got a child to raise on her own. Like, she's devastated. And I know people who have lost loved ones. I've seen it firsthand. You want to blame someone. You want to blame someone. You want to blame something. You want to have a reason. But I got to tell you, and it fucking sucks, but losing a loved one, there's never a fucking reason for it. It just doesn't make fucking sense. Like, you love someone and they're fucking gone. And it's never going to make any sense. It's not going to fix your heart. You just have to fucking accept it. And it's not, please know I have so much compassion for you, but like, look, holding on to anger, I've seen what it does to people. It just destroys them. So, and not that obviously like what I deal with my kids, it's a form of grief. And if I get mad, like I'm going to be holding on to that.
Yeah. And
so I'm sad. Yeah. I just found out. I'm kind of in shock. I was having these like brain tremors this afternoon. That was weird. But I'm going to work through it, and I'm going to wish them nothing but all the best things. And yeah, I don't know. That's my grief advice for everybody. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody. I'm sure I did. But anyway, they specifically talked about the fact that they were white. I don't know why that it matters that 94% were white, but that just might mean that Kratom users tend to be white. The only people I know that use Kratom are white, but the majority of the people that I know are white. So, or an Indian.
Other kind of people are too smart. Take this deadly thing.
79% were male. Not surprised by that. They do sell Kratom in vape shops, and I think that the larger portion of clients for vape shops are male, but I could be wrong. But again, don't know that it's relative. I mean, I guess it is. I think that the age is important. Sorry, male. Had a substance in their body that may be harmful when mixed with Kratom. 96%. And then 83% used an opioid that contributed to their overdose.
83%. That leaves what? 17% left.
Like there's a million. Like, you're not supposed to combine fucking grapefruit with your blood pressure medicine. Like, you need to be responsible about what you put in your fucking body. And you need to do your own goddamn research. Going up to the kid at the counter of the vape shop and being like, "Oh, I want some Kratom."
When you first showed me that article, I thought in my head, "Oh, Kratom's not like regulated. They're probably putting some funny business in there, maybe fentanyl, whatever."
No, it's like a plant.
It's
and here's
it wasn't that at all.
And here's the thing that's bonkers about it. So the guy in question, the woman that lost, he had been using it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so of course, for her, like, again, lost her husband, is a single mother to a 2-year-old. Like, you have questions, and she's never going to have answers, and that fucking sucks. And I hate that somebody would, because I feel like it's and I think that she told her story because she wanted to help people. So maybe, but I just feel like they're preying on this poor woman.
Yeah, but I would separate the lady from the story in the story.
But that's the problem with the story. But my point is that the story that they're telling her is, oh my God, Kratom is so deadly, and when you're in that place of just losing your partner,
kind of lash out at that. Yeah.
That's not helping her.
Yeah,
it's not giving her the support she needs and the space she needs to heal. Because now it becomes a crusade. If she can make that a crusade, I don't believe in banning Kratom. I don't believe in banning any substances. I believe Kratom is perfectly safe. I don't personally like it, but whatever. But if that woman, if what it takes for her to feel better is to crusade against Kratom, then good for her. Like, whatever she's got to do. You got to do what works for you, people. Yeah. All right, what do we have for comments?
You catch up on the comments. I'm gonna start.
That really sucks. That looks like a creepy van. It is a creepy van. Tracy says, I saw this as well. It is an election year, and also this is usually when topics of deadly items tend to come to the media outlets. Oh, anytime there's a slow news day, they're gonna bring up some shit. Well, let's put them into fear. Let's make them scared, and now sell them drugs. Ever watch the news? Drug commercial.
Well, we're going to segue that into another deadly story that was that we found online.
Tree says, "Yup,"
and it's probably made to scare people. Colorado man dies after being bitten by his pet Gila monster. Now, you kind of have to work again, like, because their venom is not like a rattlesnake or whatever. They have to chew on you for a while and get the venom in there, all that stuff. I don't know, but he owned 2 of them. They've been rehomed, but it's like super rare. Look at this. That is a beautiful animal. It's all like this beaded nonsense. It's so cool, and it's a monster. It's called Gila monster, and I just think it's the coolest thing because I don't think there's any other animal called a monster. And it's a monster. So, anyways. He has 34-year guy. He was bitten by one of his 2 Gila monsters. I would love a pet Gila monster. I think they are cool as hell. So they think he might have had some sort of allergic reaction. The last human death from a Gila monster bite was 1930. So that's really how not.
Well, Trace has got something else to say. She says, no, their bite is crazy strong and one bite can kill.
Well, obviously it can in the right symptoms, but their bite is strong, but their venom is they gotta get in there. It's not like a neurotoxin. It's there's probably a mention of it in here. The vast majority of bites cause local swelling and bleeding because the thing bit you. Their venom's
spell Gila monster.
Gila. Anyways, they the venom will be extracted. Look at that! Look at that thing. That is cool as hell. That is dinosaur, dino-rific.
It's a real creature, a type of venomous lizard native to southeastern United States. Put it up on the screen so everybody can see it.
Yeah, look at him.
Does possess venom and can deliver a powerful bite. It is not typically lethal to humans. The Gila monster's venom is primarily used for subduing prey such as small mammals and birds. While the Gila monster can cause intense pain, swelling, and other symptoms in humans, fatalities from Gila monster bites are extremely rare.
And this poor bastard bought a couple
most human encounters with Gila monsters result in minor injuries and discomfort rather than life-threatening situations. In summary, while Gila monster can bite, can be quite unpleasant and should be avoided, it's unlikely to result in death for a healthy adult human. So,
well, yeah, it was definitely some sort of allergy.
I'm looking to die in a freak way.
Now,
give me a fucking Gila monster.
This next story is just gross. I don't. Am I still sharing? I don't know if I'm still sharing. I am
still sharing.
Doctor removes 150 live bugs from Florida man's nose. I am not going to show this because it's got to be crazy gross.
I need to see it.
Florida man is breathing easier now that 150 live bugs have been removed.
I want to see it. I want to see it. Close your eyes.
Okay. All right, folks. You've been warned. Grossness coming.
There's no titties.
No, just gross.
We had titties one time.
I can't. I and there's the guy's nose.
Hundreds of bugs.
His face was on fire. What the skull piece? Yeah, can we not watch this anymore?
Okay, but can you just tell me, is he okay? Like, what's going on? Did he die?
All right, let's go again. No. All right, he's sticking his hands in the river.
I need to know though. So he got him from having.
He put his hands in the river and then he like stuck them in his nose and stuff. So.
Oh, good. He's gonna make a full recovery.
All right. Well, that's.
I don't know if I'm gonna make a full recovery from watching that.
I told you. I didn't want to watch it.
I'm sorry to traumatize everyone. You're all gonna have nightmares tonight when you can't sleep. Hit us up.
Yeah, it's so good.
I don't sleep anyway. Trace says looks like fly larva, and we're gonna slide back because we do have another comment that we missed. And she's Tracy says back to the Gila monster. Right, there's not much anti venom either to treat. And she says looks like fly larva. And Trace says if there's sound we cannot hear. Okay, so let me just tell you right now what happened. He had fucking some sort of surgery before. Then his face got all blown up. And he had a compromised immune system. His face got all blown up. So he goes to the hospital and they're like, there's a shitload of fucking bugs in your nose. And they pulled them out one by one. Some of them were so big, they wouldn't even fit through the fucking vacuum. Aren't you glad you didn't hear that? But now he's going to wash his hands when he goes in the river. Now you know. And Trace says, yummy. Okay, if Anne hasn't jumped out a window after listening to that, she said, I was coming in a 5-speed coming onto 95 and could not slow down. This is referring to the Santa Barbara car lady in the tree. I kept speeding up. I don't remember how I slowed it down, but it was the O2 sensor. That was the scariest damn drive of my life. Yeah, so she was at the high school parking lot, and it was just the accelerator was stuck, and Chucky didn't even charge me for it. It took him 10 seconds to fix after I had it towed there. We got our money's worth out of AAA.
Oh, we did. Yeah. AAA. If you don't have it, get it.
Actually don't. You probably have it for free through your car insurance.
Check and see if you have it.
Your credit card company.
Make sure you got it.
And AAA has sucked lately. For like the last 10 years.
AAA in the last couple years has been like, used to be like they were there in no time, but then now it's like a 3-4 hours thing. So anyway.
So we got to all the biting. That's good. I like biting.
I know.
Did you have something else?
I was trying to find something uplifting. Here's something uplifting. Right here. Also from the animal kingdom. It's not a bug, but it's a baby gorilla. Okay. And guess what? The doctors called in for a rare C-section of a gorilla. And the baby pics are incredible. So all right. So there he is right there. It's so cute. But then you go down here, watch. The baby's name is Jamila, which means beautiful in Swahili.
Nice.
Oh my God.
So cute.
Can you handle it?
How is the mommy?
It was incredible to have similar mother infant pair was compared to what I see in the hospital for babies born on a certain symptom. The baby needed critical respiratory for a few hours, but then she transitioned to life outside the womb. I want to see. I look at the size of this thing. I want to see. It doesn't. I don't know if it says.
Expect never experience the necessary hormonal cues that come during a natural full-term birth. After 2 weeks of several unsuccessful reunification attempts, the staff started to train a 24. Oh, they're trying to train a surrogate. See, the mom
and is already trained to present her baby up to keepers for visual examinations.
Yeah, I get it, but like the poor mom.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because you can't really just tell the mom, "Hey, look, we're taking the baby," but then when you have the baby, you're like
close to home or anything at the current time. But
hey, here's
the mom. There's the mom. She's had her fucking stomach ripped the fuck apart. The baby's there, and they're gonna give her to some other woman to raise. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. Oh my God, I can't even. You can't just like hold up the baby and say that, yeah, this is yours, Mrs. Gorilla. And you can't do that. So in that case, I'm not sure how they reunify, but you would think that the gorilla instinctively would know.
I don't know, but I would like to talk about something else.
Okay. I was trying to get, that was my uplifting story. I don't know. I don't know how it went awry, but anyway, so I'm sorry. I figure everybody loves.
When I said, "How is the mother?"
How is the mother? I don't know. It didn't tell us. It didn't tell us.
No one cares if the mother.
They care about the mother.
No one cares. No one cares. Anyway, Trace says it's so cute, it's stupid cute, and also yummy. I will say
yummy.
I had a little tirade that I wanted to go on.
I go on the tirade.
So I belong to this group. It's like a hippie mom group, right? So it's like all things like, Boring Owl. Yes. Thank you for coming.
Back at you.
So it's like, basically moms like come in and ask crunchy questions. I've talked about it before on the podcast. So some of the people that are there are like, newly crunchy, and they're like trying to figure it out. And some of them are militant and lunatics. I'm probably right in the middle. So maybe getting a little bit more to the left. If I was not the left, but like, more toward militant. And I really want to be militant and live in a hippie commune cult with you guys. Let's do it. In any case, so we this woman asked a question. And this discussion launches off. And I just wanted to share something that I thought was insightful. So it's a crunchy moms group. So 99% of what we do is like discuss things that people bring up from a crunchy perspective. So it's always what's healthiest for our families, what's safest for our children. You know, don't trust, you know, question everything, etc. Basically me, right? And so this woman asked, I have a medical issue that requires that I get a either induced or a C-section. Which would you do if you were me? And I'm paraphrasing. So of course there were a lot of people that just said like an answer with no explanation. And like this poor girl, like and by the way, she's a first-time mom. She's of course terrified, and all she wants to do is be a good mom. Girl, trust me, that doesn't change. That feeling never changes. You're always questioning yourself. You're always wondering if you did the right thing. It will never change. Every minute of the day till you die. But you know, she's scared. And when you're a new mom, especially a first-time mom,
and you're crunchy,
and you're afraid, especially to question a doctor.
Yeah,
because it feels like you're a good girl if you're compliant. I mean, we were all raised that way. If you're compliant, you're a good girl. Good girls do what they're told, which is, of course, how I was raised. Look at how well that worked.
She's a good girl.
For me, did not. Okay. Did anybody say, where's your mother? No, I can't. So we raise women to be good girls and, you know, to just kind of go along. And the reality is being a mother is not this, clearly not this pretty picture of like, oh, I'm going to like have a tea party with my daughter and we're going to wear cute little outfits and we're going to go on Instagram. I mean, yes, there are parents that's what their relationship with their child looks like. And the children are a fucking disaster. And the parents are completely self-absorbed. Like, I can't. Like, nobody has, unless you have a staff and a bunch of money, being a parent is hard work. It's really hard. Being a mom, I think moms get the bulk of it in most cases, but it's fucking hard. It's hard being a single parent or a primary caregiver, and you feel like you're barely, especially as a single parent, you feel like you're barely treading water all the time. But like when you're a new parent, you feel like you're barely treading water. Becoming a single parent feels like you're barely treading water. And then, you know, the rest of the time you're treading water. And there might be a few moments there where like, hey, things are great. I'm floating along.
Yeah,
here.
right. Yeah. And then
just when you get relaxed,
boom,
something hits you. So anyway, the group was like, instead of I didn't like that people were just like chiming in arbitrarily as opposed to being like, well, reasons why.
Yeah.
So both, you know, one woman just came straight out. Actually, we're Facebook friends now. Very nice lady. She came straight out and was like, no glasses, but no sound. Is everybody else having sound issues? Let us know. So I don't even know what that means. No glasses, but no sound.
First she said no belote, and then no glasses, but no sound.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Let us know. So what was I talking about?
The lady, the crunchy inducing
the one lady
versus...
was just like, what's the medical condition? And then of course she and I got into a conversation about how in the United States, the number of C-sections is astounding compared to other developed countries, and how you know that private hospital for profits are inherently flawed because their bottom line is about making money. It's not about patient care. They're not a nonprofit. And even a nonprofit, they're working within a budget. They have a different directive. And so of course, like, we wanted to warn her to, you know, to question everything. We want to encourage her to question everything. People got really mad about that. And it's like, dude, it's a crunchy moms group.
Right.
Like, the
especially
whole
in a
fucking point of this
you
group
should be looking at things a little differently.
And I just want to say this. And this is to all the moms out there, and it just happened to be something I was talking about, but it kind of ties in nicely with what tonight's show was. Sorry, I fell apart on y'all. I might be doing it for a long time, just so you know.
We're here for you.
thanks. That I think every mom out there is doing their very best. And we're all way too hard on ourselves. The thing that happens, I think, with we have to find a balance between questioning ourselves and questioning everything around us in order to be the best parent we can be and in order to protect our children. And at the same time, we have to let ourselves forgive ourselves, let ourselves off the hook, and take care of ourselves. That is probably the biggest area I failed as a parent. And maybe my kids would tell you otherwise, but because I was so hard on myself and trying so hard and not taking care of myself, I was short with my kids. I was impatient. I was overtired. I missed things that I shouldn't have missed. And it's because you cannot take care of anyone until you take care of yourself. And that goes for every single person in the world, not just the moms. It goes for everybody. So I always tell people, like, what can you do for yourself? And I know I haven't been posting social media stuff as much. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's been a rough go of it. Probably our podcast will never reach the likes I would like it to reach because I can't consistently do anything, but I'm doing my best. If I could work, I would be working. That's not the point. The point is that I want you guys to do something for yourselves, and do something for yourselves every day, and understand that fueling yourself with, self-care, be it meditation or exercise or reading or fucking a beauty mask or bleach on your asshole, whatever makes you happy.
Why do you keep telling my secrets?
I don't think I have seen your asshole lately, but I don't recall it needing bleach. But if it did require bleach, I will let you know.
I would just say that
moment of a middle of a tirade. Let me just finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Do something for yourself, because when you do for yourself and you take care of you, you have so much more to give to other people. You'll be better at helping other people, and maybe you'll not be 47 years old and not invited to your own daughter's wedding and kind of want to kill yourself, but you're not going to, because that would hurt your kids. Anyway,
I wasn't invited either. You don't see me crying and yelling.
Neither with these people. None of them are complaining.
Yeah, none of those people were. Yeah. Although there was an instance where I was not invited to a wedding and I was upset by it, and it wasn't even my child. So there you go.
Tracy says you were very good to her, though. I can hear you guys, but not the video of the bugs.
Yeah.
And she says, it is okay to not be okay. Yes, that. And obviously, like, you can't let your children starve to death. But, like, if you have dust bunnies and you go in the other room and put your feet up for 20 minutes, it's not going to fucking matter. Kids can
just like when I used to work with Tracy, they're like, is she okay? She's not really okay, but that's okay. That's what I used to tell people.
About Tracy specifically?
She's not okay, but that's okay.
Maybe that's when she split into two personalities.
Maybe that's why
Tracy and Becky.
Yeah, maybe that's why I don't know. I never said that.
Trace is laughing. I'm glad we can make you laugh. Listen, if we do this podcast for no other reason
make Tracy laugh
than to have
and get riled up,
to make Tracy laugh,
and we had Rockwood tonight. It was good.
Listen, I'm psyched that Ann and Tracy and Todd have all become friends. Actually, other Todd Albie was over at Charlie's house.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I didn't hear that whole story. I would like to hear that story.
I need to circle with. I need to circle back with both of them because I haven't talked to them in a while, and they're both two amazing people. But Charlie's generator wasn't working. Todd went down to fix it, and Todd and Charlie got chatting. And
now, were you a go-between, or did he go direct?
I know they exchange numbers when we all went to dinner.
Very nice.
And so, Todd's a guy who's going to get everybody at the bar wants Todd's number. Because he fixes your shit. He's like at a bar getting numbers left and right. I can't believe he doesn't have like a little lady friend. Although I think that he might.
You think he's got a little something?
I think he might, have an occasional.
Do you think he has a Nicole Jr.?
He might. Oh my God, we should get him one.
Yeah, well, that would be. You can't send that to the house.
You know what was offensive about it was the fact that the black one was way cheaper than the white one.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
You'd think the black one would be more expensive. It's rarer. It's better.
I don't know. Oh, Doug's starting a race war.
Yeah, against whites.
I really need
the whites.
Here, I want to hire someone, pay them like as much as we can possibly pay, as much as we pay our own children who help with the podcast. By the way, we're losing money on this. We do not make any money. The podcast may be stopping soon for that very reason. But we need a guy to stand there and just be like a referee type, and he can.
Yeah.
Can't say that.
Yeah, that would be great. Well, like.
No. Wait. Should we get like a black guy to like tell us what we can say, or
no,
should we
get somebody that
would really know? Somebody who would really know, like a college student,
but
with Birkenstocks.
But here's the thing: that person would have to judge decency, and I'm not sure that anybody is.
No, I don't need decency to be. I'm not talking about judging decency. I just don't want to be like. I like to talk. I think that the way to solve the race issues in society and all of the problems in society is to communicate with one another, to not take ourselves.
And how about not hate somebody for whatever?
Yeah. I mean, unless you're a master hater or a hater, like this is the only hate we want you to do right here.
Marital hate.
Hate us.
Marital hate.
Or hate me. Everybody fucking hates me. Oh, the bad guy. I know. That's why I don't get invited places. What are you gonna do?
Maybe if you didn't have those tattoos and that rope hair, you wouldn't.
You know what? If I was gonna go to your town,
to my town,
I might want to see how you were. I don't even know what to say.
It's okay not to be okay, but you're okay in our book.
Todd went to Charlie's Dome. How was it? Todd had good things to say, but I wanted to like touch base with Todd some more and like find out how he's doing. Last time I talked to Charlie,
he was a curmudgeon. He hasn't been to the show in quite a while.
Two conversations I had with him, I don't know what was going on, but I love him, but I can't I can't.
Maybe he had some bad clams.
I'm gonna reach out because he's a good guy. We've been friends a long time, but I was kind of
maybe he has fly larva in his nose.
Now I'm worried that Charlie has fly larva.
Well, anybody that I know would wash their hands in a river or a pond, it would be Charlie.
Do you think that that Todd would have noticed if Charlie had
bugs in his nose? It was all about the generator. He was all business. He probably didn't even look up from the generator.
No, because Todd doesn't miss anything. Like that guy, like you'll have a conversation with him 6 years ago, and he'll show up at your house with like a mall. Like if Todd flew down to visit, he would be like, "Here's some malasadas, Stacey. I got them from the bakery on Sunday."
You remember, yeah.
And I'd be like, "How the fuck did you know that?" Who was over when we had malasadas? I know Zach was there.
I know I didn't get one until like the next day. There was like one left over. I got it the next day. It wasn't. I didn't get.
Well, you didn't. Not getting one has nothing to do with the fact that.
Yeah. So some greedy, freaking food. What?
You got it the next day. So how did you not?
Well, I got one, but it wasn't to the next day because it was like a big furor.
So it was a furor over.
I got a leftover. Yeah.
And you decided to wait till the next day to eat one because you didn't.
Maybe I wasn't there because it was a Sunday and I was with my children.
It was saved for you.
And it was saved for me. You didn't like have a leftover, like afterthought.
Next time, I'll eat the fucking malasada myself because I'll appreciate it.
I would rather have you enjoy it than me not enjoy it.
Can't even have malasadas anymore. Gluten allergy.
I'm gonna invent the first gluten-free malasada.
Okay,
that's not nice.
You have to make it with coconut sugar
and almond flour.
Are they doing the car shovel? Oh, that's like an Uber delivery.
Speaking of Uber deliveries,
I think it's an Uber delivery. Should we shout out to them?
No, this is.
Hey, takeout guy, what's up?
What's up?
Do you want to come be on our live podcast?
We had an Uber deliver bring my birthday lunch, and we found out it was her birthday too. So we met her with balloons. We got a bunch of balloons together.
That's how we roll.
Some balloons, yeah.
All right, so it's at 9:49,
and I got to get out of this. I'm sweating to death in this robe.
Are you?
No. I'm freezing out here. It's 57.
Yeah, you have the heated thing. Which
I
is
don't
also
have,
dehydrating you.
I don't have the heated thing.
Oh, no, when you go to bed, you have the heated
56.
Thing. All right, so gratitude. I'm thankful for you guys, for the people that follow and support the podcast. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that it appears as if that woman who died at the up the street, it was probably pretty quick. And I'm glad that she didn't suffer, because suffering's the fucking worst. I'm thankful for Jim's twin, Frank, and his beautiful family, his daughter. I forget the name. She was nice. And then Doug made some bad pun about it. And Auburn and Autumn and Michelle, the chef at Tito's. I'm thankful for Ken at Wells Fargo, who always makes me smile. Gave me a little hug today. And then
interracial hug, by the way.
Yeah.
For Black History Month.
That's what we're doing. Jungle fever. All this.
I don't think you can say that.
That's what it's called. Wait, what do you call it? Like, it's called jungle fever if a white person likes
we looked it up
person?
one night. We looked up
what's it if a black person likes a white person? What if a black person likes an Asian person? Like, does it change?
Yeah, no, there was. We looked that up one night. I can't remember what it was.
If it's Asians, it's yellow fever, because Ed would talk about that all the time. All right. I think if you're Chinese, you can say that. That's my reference. I need a person from every group to be represented. Right now, I have musicians and real mortgage brokers, and I've got lesbian forensic specialists and vet techs and handyman, and I got natural health hippie, South Shore vixen. And what are you laughing about?
Found a Reddit thread on what's the opposite of jungle fever, and the first one was cracker craving. That's some good stuff right there.
Okay. What if we did Black History Month like The Purge, and all Black History Month, Black people could like go around and like make white people
say what they really want to say?
They should say what they want to say. I don't care what color you are. You should say what you want to say.
Tundra fever is another one. Cracker craving is hysterical. Whoever came up with that is that's some good stuff right there. I am grateful that for this podcast, because it was about 2 hours worth of laughter that we needed, and some tears.
Thank you.
Tears, but we definitely needed it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk about it, but like I wanted you guys to know, like, if I don't do the podcast tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day or ever again, there's a reason.
I'm grateful for this robe that brings out the color in my eyes. I'm grateful for my wife, who tried to pull me out of a downward spiral today, and
I failed miserably.
You know what? We're all entitled.
There was just came a point today where I was like, enough of your downward spiral. It's time for mine.
I think that's it.
I literally yelled. I was like, listen. You're gonna set a fucking boundary with these people. If I can fucking get through this without slitting my goddamn wrists, when I wanted to kill myself for 10 fucking years, you can send that fucking email and set a fucking boundary and pull your shit together. No laying around all fucking day. Get up and do something. And then I started to sob hysterically.
Well, then now Downa's back. She says, I'm back. Doug's now gay. Look at that robe. So what if I am?
Should we
Donna?
do the podcast in robes that look like that?
With nothing underneath.
Should we start a whole series where we do them every night in a robe? And also, Donna, would you like
maybe
a robe?
We should have
and also, Donna, would John like a matching robe?
We could call it Robecast. Tracy says she's thankful for you guys in the laughs, thankful for her electrolyte coconut water, which I don't think I have electrolytes in this. Maybe I don't know.
She's right about a specific brand, but coconut water.
Damn it, electrolyte. Sorry.
Coconut water inherently has electrolytes in it. However, you need more than your.
I like it for the potassium content. For the contractor being almost done with the house, and thankful for you both bringing some good stories. In Wes too, because he supplies us with some of the stories. I don't know what we got to. I know the gorilla was one of Wes's. What is she doing to you? Yeah, she's turning me gay, Donna. She's turning me gay.
Won't be the first time. Won't be the last.
Try as I might to pray the gay away.
I think I made like 3 gays.
You made 3 people.
Or at least 3.
Do you think you made them?
I know.
I think.
I know of 3.
They had some. I don't think you turned anybody. I think they were that way and came along, and maybe you're such a woman that they needed to go back. Like, because I think one of them I know is with kind of a manly woman right now, kind of manly woman, right? Because she's manly.
Yeah, but
so maybe that kind of hedges the bet, if you know what I'm talking about. Right. But I'm just saying,
I think that there's like,
you're a lot of woman.
Prison and the military might be times where it's acceptable to explore other options. I don't know.
Donna says, hi, Tracy. And Donna says she loves us if we're gay or not. We need a gay day, no work, all play. I love all those.
I think every day should be a gay day.
So I don't think you turned anybody. I think people have a tendency or a non-tendency. I don't think any one person can sway them or back or forth or not. That's just a theory, folks. If you have another theory, just chime in. Tracy says, hi, Donna, because we're all one people here. But anyways, I didn't know about the third. There's a third.
Yeah, in high school, my friend Nate, we went to semi-formal together. He wore a purple suit at the Taunton High semi-formal. Yeah. And he was like the hottest boy. Like everybody had a crush on him. And yeah, he's gay. Way gay.
So Donna says night. And we'll say goodnight to everybody. It's already gratitude. Oh, just that this day is almost over. I want to end
with a positive vibe, though. That's not a positive vibe.
Positive vibe is that
we're winning the lottery tonight, and then we're going.
See ya.
You want to ever see from us again?
Nah, we'll call you. We'll call you on the burner phone.
But like the podcast will just magically disappear from the air, and there'll be like 9 people here that magically get invited to Disney. Are you guys so excited? We're gonna get private tour.
But maybe there's a puppet podcast that comes up called Marital Nate, and Nate gives, there's Nate and his wife. They kind of.
All right, here's my idea. Want to hear my idea?
Sure.
All right, we win the lottery.
Yep.
Planning to do that tonight. I did buy a ticket today. As a matter of fact, I spent $20 on a ticket today.
Well,
that's right.
It doesn't feel like a winning day to me, but let's hope.
Here I am, like that. Stop that talk.
We're gonna turn the smile upside down.
You're like, it doesn't feel like a winning day today. Stop that. Can you stop that talk? You're drawing that to you like a goddamn lightning rod, and who gets hit by it? Me. I'm right fucking next to you.
Going over here.
Thank you. Could you go further away, please?
No, I'm gonna
come back when you're clean of your dirty energy.
Oh, I'm a dirty boy.
No, you're not a dirty boy. No one wants to fuck bad energy. Low energy dog. Ooh.
Low energy dog.
You guys have seen the podcast. You know what it looks like. In any case, what was I talking about?
Winning lottery and what we're going to do.
So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to win the lottery.
Yeah.
We're going to delete every evidence of the podcast. We're going to go back and find the people that watch podcast episodes. And based on the number of podcast episodes that they watched and the number of times that they've commented, we'll give them an appropriate reward. So the first thing we're going to do is send planes to pick everybody up. First class, private plane.
And men to go and blindfold them and throw them in the back of a Lincoln.
And then we're going to send a limo to their houses. And we're going to bring them to the airport. Lincoln. And most of them are fairly close to one another. We ship them on down. We all go to Disney World together. Mm-hmm. We ship them all back. And when they get to the airport, there's a car waiting there for them, depending. I feel like Tracy and Donna probably all deserve cars. George already has too many nice cars. I'm not really worried about him. But there's a few other people.
Rockwood.
Rockwood.
We'll buy him
Rockwood a car.
We'll buy him a nice truck.
We'll get Steven like a little scooter or something. He just got here. But that's not the point. We would buy them nice things. And then like every year we'd send them something random.
Just to remember us by.
Like live flamingos.
But what are they gonna do with their nights when we're not on? Like forever.
They
have to go watch somebody else.
We'll have free time, and we'll have a big house. They can come and visit, or they can call. They can call us.
Or we could just do a live stream.
By the way,
from the house
when we win the lottery tonight, which we're for sure doing
millions.
When we win the lottery tonight,
I'm getting more of these robes.
We're gonna have to get unlisted phone numbers and delete our internet profiles completely, right? And so we're gonna have some people that we want to have our phone number. So we're gonna have to think about who might those people be. Who might they be?
Interesting.
Who might they be? In any case, I love that as much as you can be in pain, and I'm very grateful for this, as much as you can be in pain and struggling, there's always a silver lining to find. There's always something to be grateful for. There's always hope for tomorrow. And there's always awesome people supporting you. And maybe you don't realize it, that people are supporting you and rooting for you, but we are.
For sure. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. See you.